So most of us know about the TPP, the Trans-Pacific Partnership, the trade agreement that the Obama administration is trying to push through really fast, really quick. And we also know how, it's going to come with a lot of bad things. It can come with outsourcing. What else can it lead to?
Certain corporations are exempt from following environmental standards.
Exactly. Minimum wage. Minimum wages could even go down here in America.
And even, result in slave wages in foreign countries.
Exactly. So there's a lot of bad provisions within this trade agreement. We also know that Hillary Clinton, her time as Secretary of State, she promoted this trade agreement at least 45 separate times in public. Okay? Mm-hmm. Now there's video evidence, there's quotes, there's everything.
Mm-hmm. And what did she call it?
She called it the gold standard of trade agreements, right? So we know that, right? Okay, so CNN recently did a story on the TPP pretty much. A guy tried to, he filed a request trying to get the communications from Hillary Clinton and other State Department officials about the TPP. So Jake Tapper reported on the story, and here's a little clip of that.
Clinton's role, or lack thereof, in the behind-the-scenes formation of this trade deal has been of real interest. Almost a year ago, last July, the senior editor for investigations at the International Business Times, David Sirota, filed a Freedom of Information Act request with the State Department for then-Secretary Clinton's correspondence related to the Pacific trade deal. Now, this is certainly in the public interest. Sanders is not the only Clinton opponent of the trade deal. So is Donald Trump. He's also critical of the trade deal. Last November, State Department official Charlotte Duckett estimated that Sirota's request would be completed by April of this year. That did not happen, however. And today, Sirota announced that the State Department has told him that his request will not be completed until the end of November, after the presidential election. Now, the average Freedom of Information Act request made of the State Department takes 111 days to process. Sirota says this one, according to his calculation, will take 489 days. Now, this means that you, as a voter, will not have information that you might want about Hillary Clinton and an important substantive issue dealing with jobs and trade. You won't have that information, of course, until you've already decided whether or not you vote for her or for Donald Trump. The Department Inspector General in January noted that the State Department is particularly weak among Obama administration agencies when it comes to fulfilling the obligations of this law. The IG said that responses to these requests are deficient, that there aren't enough personnel at the State Department to carry out all the requests, and that State Department leaders have not played a meaningful role in making any improvements.
This is disgusting. I mean, this is absolutely disgusting. So now look, I'm looking at this as solid evidence that the Obama administration is protecting Hillary Clinton.
It's interesting because Obama hasn't really stepped out there and endorsed Hillary in a strong way.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? So he's kind of almost taking a back seat.
Yeah.
So he's kind of, and this kind of proves that he's endorsing her undercover.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
He's in the back seat.
He's in the back seat.
He's doing things undercover. Yeah. Exactly like you said. I mean, Jake Tapper said the average request takes about 111 days. Mm-hmm. If this goes to the end of November, it would take 489.
Yeah, that's
almost 500 days.
Yeah, 4 times as long.
That's
four
crazy.
times as long.
Come on. What could be the actual excuse of that? And he's saying that from the OIG report, there was an OIG report in January saying that the State Department isn't really good at handling requests like that. That's one of their weaknesses.
Well, wait. I mean, he already said the average time to fulfill requests for information were 100 and what?
111 days.
111 days. So where does that average come from? The average, you know what I'm saying? The average comes from somewhere. So they've been fulfilling that request. You see what I'm saying? And the thing is, why are they making it sound like these cats are operating out of a two-car garage?
Like they ain't got their own building.
Yeah, like they ain't got their own building.
Right.
They're using some 83-year-old dude with arthritis to retrieve files.
They have no staff, no person.
You know what I'm saying? Gilbert, go get the files, man. We need them. I'm like, we got a Freedom of Information request.
They need more than a year to get this done? come on. We're not fools. Nobody is idiots here. Nobody, come on. We see the situation for what it is. Hillary Clinton is being protected. According to Jake Tapper, she said that she didn't work on the TPP. So obviously she's trying to portray herself as selling it, but not working on it. So she was just the spokesman. She just
spokesperson?
Yeah, she was just
So she didn't work on it. She didn't do any work. She just spoke.
She just spoke.
She just spoke.
She just spoke about it. And called it the gold standard. I wonder whose words were those. Since she didn't know anything about it. She said, because when she came out in opposition to it, she said, well, look, based on what I know, I can't support it. Even though the full text at that point had not been released. She couldn't have found out anything more about it.
See, come on now. It's the election where she has to somehow appear progressive. And so she has to appeal to workers' unions.
That's right. So she's a panderer. We know this. She panders. She tries to act like she's a progressive when she's not. She just has progressive rhetoric.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that mean if she actually gets to be president of the United States of America?
She's going to just change all that up.
Well, her rhetoric changes with the wind, right? So we don't know what the heck she's going to do, right?
She's a wild card.
Well, actually, she's not a wild card.
Well, I mean, she's a wild card in regards to rhetoric.
Yeah,
she's
exactly.
She's a wild card.
Yeah, but in what she will actually do, we
already know this.
Yeah, we tend to believe that she's going to fall back into that establishment position and toe that establishment line and do establishment things. That's what she'll do.
Mm-hmm. And if she, gets in office, we can pretty much prepare ourselves for 8 years of this.
What's interesting is that, she says that she's a proponent for raising the minimum wage, right? But like we said, if this TPP goes in effect, it could affect the minimum wage here because companies could actually sue America because it's infringing
on their profits. They can sue when people are infringing on their profits. Yeah, exactly. That's some crazy stuff, ain't it? But she's progressive.
Maybe
she's talking about the insurance she has on her car.